Are you dealing with this too? You go out to your garden with your morning coffee, flip over a tomato leaf, and see a mess of aphids on the underside. Then you look down and see little black ants lining up on the soil, busy crawling up and down. You spray soapy water and kill the aphids, but a few days later they come back in droves. Has it ever occurred to you that the problem might be the ants? Today I'm going to tell you a secret. Ants are the bodyguards of aphids. If you take care of the ants, the aphids will reduce by 80% on their own. Even better, you already have two things in your kitchen that can kill ants in 3 seconds or make them pack up and leave. No expensive chemicals, no poison, and safe for kids and dogs. First, let me explain why ants are the #1 troublemaker in your garden. Ants don't eat your vegetables, but what they do is worse. They carry aphids onto the tenderest new growth and herd them like cattle. The aphids suck the plant sap and secrete a drop of sweet honeydew from their rear ends. The ants come and lap it up. To protect their dairy cows, ants attack all the beneficial insects that eat aphids, ladybugs, lacewings, hoverflies. They chase them all away. So the more ants you have in your garden, the worse your aphid problem gets. Your tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, the leaves curl, turn yellow, get covered in black, sooty mold. The hidden culprit is the ants. And don't get me started on fire ants. One bite raises a huge welt, and you have to wear high-top shoes just to pull weeds. So getting rid of ants isn't just about the ants themselves. It's about cutting off the aphid supply chain.
You've probably spent a good amount of money on those ant baits. A little box costs 10 or 15 bucks, filled with poison bait. The ants carry it back to the nest, the queen eats it, and the whole colony dies. Sounds good, but let me ask you this. How long do those poisons stay in your soil? What if your dog digs in the dirt and eats some? What if your grandkid plays in the garden and picks up a handful? Can you still feel good about eating those tomatoes? Today, I am going to teach you 2 methods. The first is a quick kill fay dead in 3 seconds, perfect for when you see ants and want them gone right now. The second is a gentle repellent fay, good for when you don't want to take lives or you just want to keep ants out of your house. Method 1 fay, you would never guess it. That laundry detergent bottle in your house can do the job. Every time you finish a bottle of laundry detergent, there is always a little bit left at the bottom that won't pour out. Don't rinse it and throw it away. Just fill the bottle with water, put the cap on, shake it up hard, and pour the liquid into a spray bottle. That is an instant ant killer. Laundry detergent, dish soap, shampoo, fay, anything with surfactants works. When you spray it on ants, the soap film blocks their breathing pores, and they suffocate within seconds. I've tried it myself. Fay 1 spray on an ant, and it stops moving in 3 seconds. You can make it stronger. 1 tablespoon of dish soap to 1 quart of water, plus a few drops of cooking oil. The oil helps it stick. Spray it on branches covered with aphids, and both the aphids and the ants will die. Worried about hurting your plants? Don't be. At low concentrations, soap won't damage leaves. Just don't spray in the hot midday sun. Spray in the evening, and rinse with plain water the next morning if you want. Method 2. Fay, a repellent. This one is good for indoors, windowsills, pot rims, or when you don't want to kill. Use baby powder. You heard that right. Fay, the same baby powder you use on a baby's bottom. Ants hate the smell of baby powder, and the powder makes them slip and slide. Sprinkle a line of baby powder across ant entryways, window cracks, or on the saucers under your potted plants. Ants won't cross it indoors. Baby powder works great because rain isn't an issue, and it lasts a long time. For outdoors, don't use baby powder fay. Rain will wash it away. So what should you use outdoors to repel ants? Use cinnamon powder. Ants hate the smell of cinnamon like they've seen a ghost. Sprinkle a ring of cinnamon around the edge of your garden, around ant mounds, and the ants will go around it. Cinnamon doesn't kill them, fay, it just makes them move. Another method, mix white vinegar with water, 1 to 1, and spray it on ant trails and ant holes. The vinegar smell destroys their pheromone trails, and they get lost. But vinegar evaporates fast, so you need to spray every day. What if you want to wipe out the entire colony for good, and not let them keep raising aphids in your garden? Use borax. Buy a box at the drugstore or in the cleaning aisle, fay a few dollars, and it'll last you a lifetime. Borax is toxic to the ant's digestive system, but it works slowly. The ants carry it back to the nest and feed it to their nestmates and the queen. The whole colony eats it, and a few days later, the entire nest dies. The recipe is 1 part borax, 3 parts powdered sugar or white sugar, and 3 parts warm water. Stir it into a paste. Pour the paste into bottle caps and place them near ant trails. Ants love sweets. They'll carry it home and share it with everyone. 3 or 4 days later, you won't see ants going in and out of the mound anymore. Important: keep this bait out of reach of children and pets. Use a small plastic box with holes drilled in the lid. Fey ants can get in, but little fingers can't outdoors. Cover it with an upside down bowl to keep rain off. If you have fire ants in your garden with really big mounds, use peanut butter instead of sugar. Mix equal parts peanut butter and borax, stir it up, and smear it on a piece of cardboard. Fire ants love grease, and peanut butter works better for them than sugar. Let me tell you a true story. My neighbor Margaret, 67 years old, hated fire ants every single summer. She had several big mounds in her strawberry patch. She got bitten many times while weeding, and her leg would swell up like a bun. She tried all kinds of ant poisons from the store, but nothing worked. One rain shower would wash them away. I taught her to use soapy water to spray the mounds and sprinkle baby powder around the house. She also came up with her own trick: sprinkle cinnamon powder around the mounds. Believe it or not, the fire ants actually moved away. She called me later, her voice shaking with excitement, and said, "This is the first year I've been able to walk barefoot on my strawberry patch in July." To sum it up, ants are the bodyguards of aphids. Get rid of the ants, and the aphids become easy to handle. 3 methods: quick kill, dish soap and water, fey dead in 3 seconds. Repellent: baby powder indoors, cinnamon or vinegar outdoors. Fey, they'll move away on their own. Wipe out the whole colony. Borax mixed with sugar or peanut butter. Fey, let them carry it home and feed it to the queen. The cost is next to nothing, and it is relatively safe for kids and dogs. Comment below. Fey, do you have ant problems in your garden? How have you dealt with them before? Which method will you try first? Hit like and subscribe. Next time I'll show you how to use 1 kitchen scrap to make a natural insect repellent that chases away both ants and aphids. Take care of your garden, and your garden will keep you from getting bitten by ants. I'll see you next time.